What's up, everybody?
This was for fellas.
Guys, I want to come on here today to talk to y'all about some things that we got to get our act together. As y'all know, y'all saw the topic. I'm playing a little wheel down, but you got to find a million ways how to treat a woman. And one of the topics I want to talk about tonight, put this over here. I'll put that down there. I'll wait to, okay. Well, let's talk about, first of all, how my daughter, Jocelyn, being treated, and how I treated my wife. When I met my wife, we was in high school. And I reflect on this. You have to forgive me too. I got a sinus cold. I've been had a cold all this weekend, so my nose is kind of red because I've been had a sinus cold. So you have to forgive me if I had to blow my nose or something like that. I've been went to the doctor and get some Z-Pack so I can find out what's going on with my sinuses. This weather. So I've been on the weather for the past 3 days. But I thought it was so important to talk about this subject. So I want to start here. Where I want to start is that how I was raised, how my mother and father raised me. They was married for over 50-something years, and everything wasn't perfect in their marriage. Everything is not going to be perfect in a relationship. That's just it. And the reason why I'm topping on this because of Will and Jada and R. Kelly and my daughter and Jocelyn and I, and how all these things pull together. So I met my wife in the 11th grade, I want to say. And if anybody know me from what school I went to in Memphis, Whitehaven, my wife was both in the 11th grade. And I'm going to tell you, we was in the 12th grade. We was in Spanish class. I think it was Spanish class. And a young man was new to the school. And when the young man came into the classroom, he wanted to try to proceed to talk to my wife, which was my girlfriend at the time. And I was sitting in the back, and everybody looked at me like, "What you gonna do, Sam?" I'm like, "I don't do nothing." If she wants to talk to him, she had that ability, she could talk to him. You have to give them a freedom to say what they want to do and when they want to do it. So at that point, she told him, "No, I got a boyfriend." And, matter of fact, he's in the classroom with us. And my best friend was Ethan Gladden. He was sitting next to me, all, we played football or whatever. So, and I didn't play football in high school, of course. But end up, the guy got upset and he said, "F your boyfriend." And then he started talking crazy to her. So at that point, me and him got to fight right in class. And then we took it all the way outside. We was outside fighting. And he must have thought it was over with. And so after school, he played football. He was new there. And so I went on the football field. Matter of fact, I drove my car up on the football field and got out the car. And we got to tussling again. And one of the other football players said, "No, man, it's savage, man. Let them go." So we got to fighting. And the next thing you know, I never seen that young man again at the school. And I say this because Will and Jada had to be going through something with the alopecia. Women go through a lot, and they only gonna share it with their mother, their best friend, or they're gonna share it with their husband. Now, who would have thought that with him sharing that information, or that she sharing that information with Will, if you saw, Will did laugh, and then Will turned around and actually saw that his wife was upset. That happened plenty of times. A husband can read his wife at all times. And once you feel that your wife is being disrespected, any form of fashion, and the guy is in front of you, and there's a lot of people get on this YouTube or whatever, and they can say what they want to say on the tube. But when they get in front of you, it's a whole nother different ball game. Anybody can hide behind a mic or a camera and talk all that trash, but then they can't see it in person. That's one thing you have to realize, and that's key. So I say this because if the same way with my daughter, all my daughters was raised to respect themselves and then respect the person that they're with. Jalen, Jocelyn. Now, in a disrespectful way, the way that R. Kelly has disrespected my daughter, that he has allowed her not to see her parents. We never, not one time, ever said that my daughter was underage. Fact. Never. If you ever looked at us on TV, we always want to make sure what? Everybody, make sure she's fine, healthy, and okay. Every time you saw me and my wife on TV, because it's our responsibility to make sure those three things are accounted for. And when a man disrespect your child, disrespect your mama, or disrespect your wife, that's a problem in that man's household. Period. And he's going to do whatever he has to do to check you when he see you. It's simple. You may not say something right then. Always never forget, the person who talk the most, they're the main ones, ain't going to do nothing. But when he see you on site, you know what it is. You ain't got to estimate or guess what it's going to be. It's going to be when I see you on site. And I tell you, now see, when I go back to this, you see when Chris Rock has done this numerous of times. It's not the first time. It's not the first time. There's more than enough times that this has happened. And would Will do it to anybody else? I think he would. Because at the end of the day, the man disrespected his wife. Was he wrong by how he did it? I think he was wrong by how he approached the situation. I think, personally, when Chris Rock got off the actual stage, Will should have got up out of his chair and went backstage and said, hey, as a man should handle this. Because you have so many things going on, guys, that one, this is the first time African-American crew has hosted the Oscars. So with that saying, you have to think about all the things that are going on. So one, that's one. Two, is no need to go right then and check him. You could have, and what you did do, but I think he should have handled it another way due to the fact of the nature of this. So he should have got up, went behind the stage, and told him, man, look, my wife didn't appreciate what you just said. Can you go back out there and apologize to my wife on national TV just as well as you disrespected her? He said, that's all I'm asking for. And if he don't do that, then you have a problem. But see, that's one of the things that men, period, don't do. It's a lot of men get on this YouTube. They disrespect women. And women, we got to stand fast on how we deserve that respect. Not as in sexually wise, but in a way that the African American male or any male should respect you as a woman. Because if you don't respect your queen, then how can you keep your queen? Can somebody put that in the chat? If you can't sit there and respect your queen, how can you expect somebody else to respect? You know, a lot of people talk about a lot of many different things. Like I said, you all have had relationship problems. But when somebody else come along and lie on your wife, somebody else come along and don't tell the truth on your wife, somebody else come along and say things that are not true about your wife, how can you respect that person? And somebody can use your name in a situation that is not true in no form or fashion, but they think they're telling the truth. Now let's remind this. This has nothing to do with the Shabazz situation. I said I wasn't for. The man that you're searching for is supposed to be just like your father or a father figure. That's one. A man should be attracted to a person that's just like his mother, a mother that will respect him and teach him to respect. That's the reason why I respect my mother 100%. And I respect my wife 100%. A marriage is two parts of a relationship. Will and Jada have been married over 20 years. And with them being married over 20 years, guys, whether they are doing something, they're having entanglements, or they having other things going on, that's agreements in their marriage. Whatever they have going on, that's them. But at the end of the day, he still respects his wife because they each know what's going on in their marriage. Now, do I agree with the entanglements? No. Do I agree with the other things? No. But that's how he runs his marriage. But not one time have I seen him abuse his wife physically. Not one time have I even seen him get verbally upset with his wife. Now, anybody can have arguments. That's 100% true. Anybody can have arguments. And the facts of, let's talk a little bit more about Jocelyn. Jocelyn is being brainwashed not because of the person, it's because who she is, because how she's raised is who the person that she's with. That's brainwashed. The person that they say went to the jail, that was not his daughter. That was Jocelyn. You heard that here. That wasn't nobody else but Jocelyn. And imagine somebody has multiple women and they abused women to the point where you have problems after problems after problem, have them sit in the corner, use the bathroom in a bucket. Oh, that's so much control. You cannot have that type of control over a woman. You can if you want to, but is that disrespect or not? Somebody tell me, because in my eyes, that's disrespectful. So if you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship, if the man is not respecting you enough to give you the rights as y'all are equal, me and my wife is equal. Nobody's better than the next. She's my queen, and I respect her as my queen, just as well as she respects me. Do we have arguments? Of course. Do we get upset at each other? Of course. But at the end of the day, you have to have some type of agreements. And that's how I raise my kids. I don't know what happened with Jocelyn. I don't even know how that even came about. So when someone stated that I would do something to my daughter, which I can't even get that to come out of my mouth, it's unheard of. It's unfactual that something like that would come out of anybody's mouth of a person they don't know, of a person they met for 5 minutes, and also a person no idea what their history is. Period. So when someone speaks on that, they need to have knowledge of that. And that what will make people not believe what you're saying. Because at the end of the day, we have to respect not only our wives, men, but we have to respect our daughters. Because at the end of the day, broadcasters, and I call them broadcasters because that's what they are. You know how you collect the news and you turn around and the news try to make it seem like it's going to rain all day, and and it's going to rain all day, and it's going to thunderstorm, and God forbid it turns the whole city upside down. And guess what? None of that crap happened. None of it. Didn't rain. It didn't do this. It didn't do that. It forecast this and this and this, and none of it happened. I have a 14-year-old that listens to some of this crap, or they may have their friends listening to this crap. If you didn't take knowledge of that, you need to understand. Not only is my 14 or 15-year-old has access to YouTube and her friends, but you also have your daughters or sons listening to your crap. And you got to make sure, YouTubers, that you are speaking in a way that you want your daughters and son to respect you. Now, my daughters know all the facts about between me and my wife. My daughter knows everything about what's going on. Do I wish I didn't tell her? No, I didn't want to tell her nothing, but she has to know the facts. Because at the end of the day, she deserved to know the rights. And guys, and I'm gonna say this, and I mean, I should put up a what you call it. I'm so sick and tired of hearing somebody say, you sold your daughter to rob. How in the world can you sell some 19-year-old or 20-year-old, 19 to 20-year-old to anybody? How can you currency be traded for anybody? Where could the currency come from? And if I did, why come I'm not in jail? Because you can't, that's called what? Human trafficking. Right? Ain't that's what when you sell somebody to something, or you trade, or you're a pimp, that's what they call that. So if there's any knowledge of that, then I should be in jail. But there's no knowledge of that, guys. You, as African American men and Black women, are foolish to think of something like that. That shows me where your mindset is at all times. And if you believe in God, or you believe in Allah, or if you believe in whoever you believe in, I promise you that they didn't raise you the way you need to be raised, because you haven't got yourself in the Bible or in the Quran or the Bible, whatever you want to call it. You're not putting yourself in a situation. Guys, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you twice. No one sold nobody in this household, in the Savage household. Now, you may have somebody else's household, or you may have some other parents' household, or you may have a grown woman that sold herself, or you may have somebody else sold themselves for a Gucci bag, or you may have somebody else sold themselves for some money, or may have took some money from this man. But rest assured, in the Savage household, that has never happened. So this is not something that we're not going to address again. You understand? So if you want to have your friends to come back and look at this, tell them to come back and look at this again. And tell them to look at it twice. Guys, let me tell you something. People are stupid. And like I told Candace Johnson, when me and my wife was in a heated discussion, yes, we got into a heated discussion. Things are said out of order. That don't mean that you don't love your wife. That don't mean that you don't have no problems. You always gonna have problems in a marriage. I don't know no marriage that may not even never said, "I'm gonna divorce your ass. You keep on," or "We not gonna have a relationship no longer." I've never seen. If you tell me a marriage that has not been in a heated discussion or a heated argument, I can tell you they are a lie. Period. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have problems. That don't mean that you don't love your wife or you don't love your kids. Because at the end of the day, you punish your kids by taking things away from them. You punish people by doing things that you do. Now, me and my wife, we always have some type of form of a disagreement. Yes, I did say that. And I truly disagree with how I said it. But at the end of the day, I love my wife. At the end of the day, we just got back on vacation. We just celebrated a honeymoon. Are we 100% always right? No. Do we have problems sometimes? Yes, all the time we have problems. You never hear me say my marriage is like la la land. How can your marriage can be any type of way when you have this disgusting predator, which you guys don't never want to talk about? Which you guys never want to say he's a damn angel, which you guys never come back and say, "Oh, did Robert rape a kid?" So if you think he didn't rape a kid, I would like for you to say that. Did you never think he ever touched a kid? Do you ever think he never forced himself on a woman? Do you ever think he didn't never put somebody in a room and told them not to come out that room? Did you ever think he ever locked somebody on a bus and told them don't come off that bus? If you never seen that, if you never think he's done that, I would like you to blow all the hearts you can. Put the hearts up, because I'm gonna tell you, he done it. I ain't gonna say coulda, woulda. I ain't gonna say maybe. He's done it. He's disrespected women like they are a piece of dirt. And guys, we have to understand we cannot disrespect women. Period. I don't care who you are. If you came out of your mother's womb, you should never disrespect a woman. Never. And for you women, if you think for one time that Rob won't disrespect you, if you ever go see him in jail or anything like that, you got nothing coming, y'all. But the problem here is, as a woman, we don't respect ourselves. I want you to think on that for a minute. Because if we respected ourselves, in no way in the world that we allow a predator to disrespect us. Now, you guys may like his music. Guys may say free R. Kelly and all that stuff there. But guys, let's talk about not the man in the music, but you talk about the man himself. I tell you what, the one thing you're gonna see, and you're gonna see well, let me tell you, on August, the month of August, all this is gonna be played on national TV for your liking. about your king, R. Kelly. All of it's going to be played on national TV. And I think we have a sentencing coming up in May, May the 4th, if I'm not mistaken. So, guys, this is not for you to come on here and talk about some crap where people are doing what they're doing. If I'm going to talk about R. Kelly, I'm going to talk about my daughter. We're going to talk about the facts. I didn't come on here to talk about that. I didn't come on here to talk about Shabazz. I didn't come on here to talk about nothing but one thing. We, as African American males, as respecting your girlfriend, your wife, and loved one, period. By the way, this is the Arnold Palmer lemonade and sweet tea. I got another part of the bar right there. It's Arnold Palmer. If you didn't know what lemonade and sweet tea is, that's what they call it, Arnold Palmer. And I got a sinus infection, so my nose is red. So you have to excuse me. But my nose is red. As you can see, I got a bad sinus infection. I've been in the bed for 2 days straight. My wife has been my queen. My queen has been taking care of me. I have not been able to get out the bed. So I told her I was going to go live yesterday, but I decided not to because I couldn't get the strength to get up and do it because I was feeling horrible. But I wanted to say this, that, girl, if you ever had a sinus infection, you're going to blow your nose. Man, come on. Now, y'all being trifling. If you don't blow your nose, it's like you're not saying you don't go to the bathroom and do number one or do number two. If you don't, then I don't know who. Michael Jackson, but Beyonce, even your boyfriend R. Kelly go to the bathroom and have a bowel movement. So if you think you don't have bowel movement, then you have another problem. Oh, I'm sorry. R. Kelly don't wipe himself. He don't take showers. He use baby wipes to wipe himself up. So that's one of the things that nobody really knows. They got on the bus and said that's all he do is use baby wipes. He didn't even take a shower. Yeah, I really don't. Listen, y'all get me off the subject. I don't want to get on that, man. But anyway, guys, we got to do a better job of how we treat our African American women. Jocelyn, if somebody taping this, let Jocelyn know that her parents do care about her, and she don't have to have a home with us. We want her to come and visit and move on because her little sister need to see her. Her grandmother does not stay with me, stay in Memphis, need to see her. And her big sister, which stay in Texas, need to see her. That's what we want. We don't want you to come home and say you got to come here and live with us. You can live wherever you want to live. You grown. Like they say, you grown. So you can live where you want to live. The fact of you not in touch with nobody, no one in your family. This is to answer questions for a lot of people that didn't know this girl don't keep in touch with no one in her family. No one. You know, it's absolutely berserk how some people don't want to keep in touch with no one in their family. She wasn't raised that way. That's the reason why we fight so hard to see Jocelyn. That's the reason why we fight so diligently. And I'm gonna tell you this: just because any African American male or any woman gets on here and say that I'm not gonna, I should just leave Jocelyn alone and let her stay where she at, you a fool. You think I am? I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen. That girl got the same blood running through these veins. Same blood, for your information, whoever may think that. She has the same blood that comes from this vein right here in this hand. And for that information, we are connected by the blood of Jesus. And that's my responsibility that Jesus put on me. And I'm telling you, for as long as I'm living, I will always seek to know what's going on with my daughter until the day I get out of here. And I probably still be wanting to know what she had then when I get out of here. But who knows that time or area up there? Nobody knows on earth until we go. But guys, let me tell you again, we have to respect our women. We have to respect each other. We cannot get on here and lie on someone and think it's okay. It's just not right. You do not have to put my daughter's name in your suggestion box so you can get views and likes. It does not have to be that way. Your page could be monetized, all I know. And guys, if you didn't know how people's pages monetize, is when the ads come up. That's how you know people's pages monetize. As you do see, I don't have it monetized. The reason why, because I want to speak the truth to you guys. I want to speak wholeheartedly to you to let you know that we must respect one another. We can have a conversation without calling people cuss words or using profanity. And the things that we have. Now, when my wife go on her live, she gonna have some things that y'all want to hear. Now she have some things that I'm gonna tell you this. Let me break this down for you. We've been dealing with this since 2016. I'm gonna break it down real. So I want to make sure I'm gonna pause for a second. So make sure you guys got your listening ears on. Make sure you got your listening ears on. If you got your listening ears on, put the hearts up. I'm gonna give you some real. Put some hearts up, because I'm gonna give you some real. Oh, see what I'm drinking? Lemonade and sweet tea. They call it on a palmer. See the lemonade? See the lemonade in there in the tea? That's call it on a palmer when you mix both of them. So the deal is here. From the time that we've been dealing with this, from 2016, and did you ever see me with the bat video, which was in 2016, when I was at the car? The bat video was something that was brought out. And guys, let me remind you again that I am a respectful person. Let's talk about a couple things here. Don Russell. Don Russell, I have him on tape. I'm telling you on here, I have him on tape. Matter of fact, I not only have him on tape the last time he was talking to me, the police was at my house when Don Russell was running his mouth. They was in my house at 5 o'clock in the morning at my house when Don Russell was on the tape. Second, Cash Jones, I have over 4 hours worth of tape. Do I wish to dispute it right now? Not at this time, unless the FBI run it. They can get it all they want. Like I told you, guys, the FBI has kept my wife's phone and kept my phone. I have tape on everybody that has talked to me. Everybody, no matter who you are, besides one person, and one person only, and that's Shabazz. That's the only person I don't have tape on because I talked to Shabazz outside the courtroom. I could have recorded the conversation. I did. Out of respect to him because he was showing respect to my family. So I didn't record it. But everybody that has talked to me on the phone that is a part of R. Kelly's situation, besides the victims, I have taped. Everybody. So if you think that you're not on tape, you are. Believe me, Tasha K, you on tape. All of you are on tape. I just decided not to expose the tape. I can expose the tape at any time that I want to. Now let's talk about that situation. I'm glad that we can move forward on that. Now the next thing is Jocelyn, Tone, Millie, Tone's mother, and Tone's cousin. They taped every word that you and R. Kelly was talking about. Every word. Now, these people was taping you, and you couldn't come home and tell your mother and father what was really going on with you. You should be embarrassed behind that. I'm going to tell it like it is. As the years went on, and I told this story before, when I found out what was going on with my daughter, Tone called me up and asked me to come over to their house. And I wanted to know why. I said, what's wrong? They said, man, your daughter, we need to talk to you about your daughter. And I didn't tell my wife. And I said, okay, I'm gonna come on and tell me what's going on. So we got there and they had tapes. Now, I don't even know how long they had been taping my daughter, but they had a lot of tapes. And I'm like, they played one tape for me. And I was disgusted. I was appalled. I was upset not only at my daughter, I was furious with them for which she confided into them out of trust. And they turned on her like a dog. They actually turned on her by recording her conversation. How can you trust someone when they record your conversation like that? You know, they're supposed to be your friends. Let me tell you guys, when I heard the conversation, I was furious with my daughter and I didn't know where she was at. And I asked them, where's my daughter? So I can find out. And that's how we know, guys. I know for 100%, I got it on tape that R. Kelly gave my daughter herpes. An audio tape that she was talking to Tone's mother. And she told them rather, that this man gave her something, or she could think that she may have herpes at that time. Because I was in the process of taking her to the doctor to find out, which I didn't know that she was talking to them. But she had herpes at that time, guys, and it hurt my heart to know that my daughter has contracted something that from a scandalous, I want to call it whatever. So for you people to think that my daughter was not innocent in this whole situation, you're wrong. He took advantage of my daughter. He's like a dang gone wolf, waiting for the prey. I'm not saying my daughter was underage. I am saying he took advantage of a young lady that was just getting her training wheels off, going to college, getting ready to go to college, and going to college. And he took advantage of her. What if that was your daughter going to school and somebody, it ain't got to be R. Kelly, but somebody took advantage of your daughter? Because at the end of the day, guys, it didn't have to be R. Kelly. It could have been any random dude. I don't care who it was. If a guy gonna take advantage of my daughter, I'm coming for you regardless. At the end of the day, so it ain't got to be R. Kelly. It ain't got to be somebody famous. It just so happened he was one. He was the one. Because then it could have been a Tom, Dick, and Harry out here that's doing it. And I promise you, I still would have came for him. Because that doesn't stop because he was a major artist that I wouldn't come for him. It could have been anybody. You can get it. Anybody can get it when it comes for your kid. And that's the key here, period. So with that being said, it's a lot of stuff that has happened over the years. A lot of people have came out. Shanti McGee has came out, which I don't know if her story is true or not. I don't know. I can't say 100% of any victim story is true. What I can say, because I wasn't in that room, see, that's what you don't know. And I say it again, I don't know 100% if any victim story is true. What I can do is say what they have proven in a court of law by facts shows that their story was true in a court of law. Because the judge says we don't go off saying truth or could be or would be. It has to be facts. It had to be allowed into the court in order for it to state the facts. He was charged on all charges. So he's found guilty on facts. Whether you like it, whether you're an R. Kelly fan, whether you're not an R. Kelly fan, it doesn't matter, guys. At the end of the day, he got charged because the case was stated. He hired the attorneys, right? So we have to understand this, and we have to understand this well, is that we have to state the facts, period. You know, I be want to block some of these people, but these people are so ignorant. Some of them are just, some of them just ignorant. You can say what you want to say, but at the end of the day, you have to bag everything up with facts. And I tell a lot of people, it's hard being the savages. It's hard being us because at the end of the day, people always gonna come for us about something, and I don't know, and it always never fail. You know, one thing you can say about the savages is that we still standing, we still married, and we still standing strong, and we still out to find our daughter. We've had a lot of victims come out, guys. A lot of people, not just the ones in the documentary. It's not period. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off this thing here. When y'all see Jocelyn come on here, and y'all see her, she gonna give you a run for your money with the facts. My job was to come on here tonight to let you know we have to treat our queens right, man. I'm talking to the black male. I'm talking to all the males. If we straighten up, everything else is gonna straighten up. Everything gonna straighten up. And we have to do right by people, man. Being unfair to people can harm you. Talking about me can harm you in a way that God won't like it. Because at the end of the day, I don't fight my battles. I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ. He fights my battles. I didn't never say Savage was 100% perfect, but I strive to be like him. And that's the key. As my marriage, we're 27 years strong. I know 27 years, and I know some years before that. And it's solid as ever. My kids, Jory and Jalen, are very happy at this point. Jory is doing a wonderful job battling this whole situation. Jalen has moved mountains. And for where I see her at right now, I am happy. Jocelyn, I want to know just how you doing. And if you want to talk to us, you can. If you don't, I understand. But the lies that you are being told are lies. And if you didn't know, Jocelyn, I have listened to all of Tone tapes. All of them. There's over 4 hours worth of tape on you. And that's sad. I listened to it all. Baby girl, daddy love you. You don't have to be ashamed to call your father. You don't have to be ashamed to call your mother because we love you. Don't let this foolishness of people that you are around put you in a situation to where you can't call home, because we are here for you. The same day, and I repeat this again, the same day you and Ash got to fight, whoever it was called and said you had been arrested, and they was looking out for your best interest. I don't know who it was, but they called Gerald Griggs. And our thing was to make sure that you was fine, healthy, and okay. That's the reason why the next day, Jonjolin and Jalen flew up to bail you out. And I told them, whatever it is, pay the price to get you out of jail. That's how much daddy love you. That's how much your mama love you. You know the truth. You know the truth. You know that daddy love you. You know mommy love you. You know your sisters love you. You know how you was raised. You know that no one, never in this house, has abused you in no form or fashion. And why would you let people come on YouTube and disrespect your family? That's the reason why I get so upset, because at the end of the day, that's what made her come out, because you're so silent and you don't want to talk. That's what made us come out in the first place. We still haven't heard from you. We want to hear from you, but you're being held. Because I don't know anybody that do not want to talk to their father. I don't know any young lady that want to talk to their mother or talk to their grandmother or talk to any relative in their family. And that's the reason why we won't stop fighting until you have that conversation. And I say this to say this. We won't stop fighting because we don't want to hear from you on the phone. You know, your mama always tell you, boy, you need to come see me. I don't want to hear from you on the phone. I want to see you in person. I was raised the way you were too. We want to hear from you in person. And we're not here to hold you against your will. You can bring anybody you want to bring. I don't care. Our job is just to make sure you're fine and okay. And I promise you, once we see you fine and okay, we'll go away until you need us again. It's just like the Batman symbol. You put it up, Daddy and mama's there for you. Just that simple. So, guys, we love our daughter. We love all our kids. And we love ourselves as a family. But this foolishness, guys, that people are putting on YouTube, they're saying that we molest our kids. I molested kids or whatever. Anybody knows me. Anybody knows my family. They know how we are. Anybody that knows me, how I grew up, or what my upbringing was, and how we was raised, and how I treated my family. Hell, I can even say my kids barely got a whooping. That's real talk. Jory ain't never got a whooping. Never. Jalen only got maybe 2 or 3. Now Joyce maybe got 4 out of her lifespan. So for me to say this, it's unbelievable how, I always believed in talking to the girls and just letting them know that, if you have something to say to me or your mama, we can sit down and at the table and talk. And I'm gonna tell you where I got that from. I didn't get it from my household. I got that from Martin Luther King. Martin's father told him, and I learned this in history books when I was growing up. I said, I always want to do that with my kids and raise my family. Martin Luther King's father had them sit at the table and let them be open-minded to say whatever they want to say, as long as it's in good standing. But let them speak. And that's how I raised my kids. I wanted them to speak so we won't have a misunderstanding in life. That's the reason why we fight so hard, because we knew how we raised our child, and we know that our child was raised to talk to us when they have a problem, not to hide, not to go in the corner, not to never call her family, always disappear. Who child is like that, man? Who child? Tell me, is your child like that? I want to know if somebody else in here that's who's R. Kelly associated and say, do their child go and be off for 5 to 6 years and is okay? I want to know if somebody else's child on here is like that in R. Kelly's camp. Because if your child is like that, you're a bad parent. You got a problem if you ain't out looking for your kid, if you ain't out there trying to search for them and see if they're okay. So if you allowing your child to do that, you have a problem. Because I'm not going to allow my child to not be able to communicate with me, whether she upset with me, whether she mad, whatever it may be. I will fight to the end. The savages will fight to the end. And I don't care who it is. I'm going to fight to the end till I see my kid. Period. You take it how you want to take it. And by the way, for you lawyers that's in R. Kelly camp, is trying to keep me off of YouTube, well, guess what? You just woke me up. That's all you did, brother. You lawyers, bingo, whatever you want to call them, you just woke us up. We gonna be on this YouTube like you never seen it before. We gonna be on it so much that you gonna be hating every time we get on YouTube. Because we come to spread the facts. So since you don't want us on YouTube and you don't want us up here spreading the truth, boss, we gonna come see you, boss. We gonna come tell you what the time is, just like a house. We gonna give you the business every 5 minutes. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You can never keep us off of YouTube until we see our daughter. So you might as well just send her home. So you know they're gonna hurt R. Kelly case if you keep on. But we're not getting off, brother. I'm gonna tell you, we're not getting off. How about that? We're not getting off, Mr. Lawyer, Miss Lawyer, whatever you want to call her. Because at the end of the day, Shabazz even said himself that the lawyers are funding his page. The lawyers are funding it. I'm just telling you, That's what Shabazz said. The lawyers was funding the actual presidents. I didn't say that. He said it. So I'm just saying that to say this, not to Shabazz, but to the lawyers. I'm not getting off. How about that? I'm gonna make your life a living hell. How about that? Just as we started on YouTube, we're gonna continue until he's locked up and they give him every sentence that they can give him. If they can give him life, they can give him life. Until that little girl come home, we're gonna be on YouTube. How about that? So for you lawyers out there that want to see us not on YouTube, let me tell you something. And you know what? Shabazz was right, man. I was always trying to put this together. Who was behind all of this? And I come to find out the lawyer that got the rights to, which Shabazz said, quote, is saying that's what he said now. The lawyers that's got the rights to R. Kelly's life. Think about it. Think about it, guys. The lawyers doing him this justice. They got the rights to his life. They controlling him like a puppet, just like this here. They got the rights to his life. If you guys want to be, are you R. Kelly people? Want to be mad at anybody right now? Be mad at his lawyers. Be mad at the woman that's supporting him, or be mad at his previous lawyers that called her in to support him. Because at the end of the day, they the one caused this. People who are controlling or listening, or his enablers are listening and doing what he wants them to do. His enablers cause 60% of his problems. And the other percentage, it's about him and them lawyers. So since he got them lawyers supporting him, they the one that's causing y'all headaches. If y'all want y'all so-called king home, you just need to fire the lawyers. You got the wrong lawyers that are supporting you. Now, hopefully, I mean, I'm going off of what Shabazz saying. Maybe I'm wrong, but what he said is that the lawyers was over presidents, and they was giving him the money to support presidents. I hope I'm saying the name right on the movie, whatever, the documentary, whatever it was. But you know, these are things that you got to understand. I didn't say this, guys. I didn't say it not one time. I'm telling you what he said. And I'm also telling you, if that's the case, nobody never looked at it that way. The lawyers are the one that's causing you guys the problem where your king not singing on stage. It wasn't us. The savages just brought their kid home. And whatever came in between is just like a ship that's sailing. And we're the ship that's sailing in the ocean, right? We're cutting through the waves to get to our child. And we're cutting through the bull crap to get to our child. And at the same time, the bull crap is being exposed of him having sex with minors, or dealing with other people, or dealing with kids and men and women. All has been exposed because we cut through the waves. And now his lawyers and his enablers, we had to cut through the waves. You know, at the same time, boats do get rocky because at the end of the day, we're cutting through the waves. And that's what's going on. We're cutting through the waves, guys. And we're not going to stop cutting through the waves until we get to our destination. Our destination is to get joy home. And we're not going to stop. I don't care who we have to cross or whoever we have to do to get joy home. It's going to happen. So get ready for it. It's just that simple. Just that simple. We ain't backpedaling. You know, I ain't never seen a boat or a cruise ship backpedal. They either go straight or they turn around or turn the opposite. We don't backpedal. By the way, I heard somebody say it one time. We don't backpedal. We don't backpedal on nothing. And I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna get off of here. You guys got to remember, we try to keep as much stuff from our kids, but we try to share some things with them. But we try to keep as much as give them a normal life as possible, because they don't need to know everything that's going on in this case. Because at some point in time, Jalen, she's a young lady, and some of the things that we couldn't share everything with her. So you guys can try to go on there, R. Kelly people, and try to manipulate her to thinking certain things or whatever. And at the end of the day, Jongelyn and Tim stands behind 100% what we say. Because we fought this fight from the day one until present. So let's get it clear. We don't backpedal. Let's get it clear that R. Kelly has abused our daughter, and we are clear about that. We are clear about everything we say. So let's be clear about that. We're not saying that he didn't, or we assume, or we think he did, or, no. We know that he did. We know because we have some tape from Tone them that know that he did. And know that he abused our daughter. So when I tell you that he has abused Jocelyn, I know for a fact 100%. These are things that we didn't never share with our other two kids, because it wasn't need to share. They was kids. They need to grow up as much as they could without this crap. So let it be clear. We know 100% that this man has abused Jocelyn and manipulated her. On that note, treat your wives and girlfriends with respect. We've been in this thing since 2016, and we only want to bring the facts and the truth. That's it, guys. That's it. We just want to bring the facts and the truth about our daughter. We love her, and like I said, we on this cruise, we're on this boat, and we're breaking across the waves, and people are getting in the way because guess what? They were told to get in the way, to stop us, to stop the savages from talking. So anybody that goes on YouTube and say something about the savages, or say something about Jongelyn, or say something about Tim, anybody from March to do this by the lawyer, by R. Kelly lawyers. I guarantee you this. Because at the end of the day, they're not trying to let us see our daughter. Period. Somebody, I'm gonna say this and we're gonna get off. Listen, here's something logical for you to understand, guys. This is very logical. The logical part of this is that somebody's paying my daughter rent. Somebody, right? Somebody, not me, not my wife, not nobody in her family, not Jalen. So if the person who owns, according to Shabazz, who owns R. Kelly rights is the lawyer, who you think paying Jocelyn's rent? The lawyers. Who you think trying to keep us away from us? It's got to be the lawyers. Because at the end of the day, they have the right to overcome anything in R. Kelly's case, including his money, including what he's doing, including wherever his money going. It's supposed to be his best friend, have his money, or whatever. I don't think so. Because Shabbat he made it clear. He made it clear, very stone crystal clear, that the lawyers, he said, not me. I'm just telling you what he said now. Lawyers, y'all want to go out, somebody go out to him, because I ain't say it. Shabazz said it. He said they supported the president's, the actual documentary, so they can, make some things happen. And I believe him on that. You can't believe everybody on everything, but I believe him on that. That's real talk. So if you guys think about it, your problem doesn't lie with me, it lies with the lawyers. If you want the lawyers to do right, Bing Long, whatever her name is, I don't know her name. I don't keep up with her. I think that you guys need to. Oh, I think I told somebody what I was drinking. I'm drinking sweet tea and lemonade. I'm telling you again that you guys need to contact the lawyers and say, and this is what you need to say. This is what you need to say. Release Jocelyn, and maybe they will have a way to help the Savages stay off YouTube. Otherwise, the Savages ain't gonna stay off YouTube. I'm telling y'all this. Until Jocelyn come home, we're not standing. And I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna bring up so much facts. Even if I have to hire a private investigator to help bring more clarity to this case, I will. A lot of people been telling me about that, but I think I am gonna have to bring more clarity and put these out on the actual YouTube itself, because I think it's needed. I really do. I think it's needed. I really do. Because at the end of the day, that's a piece of the puzzle to get my daughter home. So if the lawyers don't want to, they're the one in control, well, they need to release my daughter. And I know the reason why they probably don't want to release her, because they think if she's going to come home, she's going to go and tell the truth, and she's going to go and we're going to put on TV, we're going to do all that. Man, I could give a damn about some TV. I can give a damn about R. Kelly. I can care less about all that, man. I'm just keeping it real. The man locked up. What is I'm gonna do? I just need my daughter home. I care less about all that. Y'all misunderstanding what the problem is. The problem is not if Jocelyn come home to her mother and father. The problem is if you think that Tim and Jocelyn is gonna force our daughter to talk. If R. Kelly was still out, I probably would. But I know he's not getting out. Justice is served. I just want my daughter home and get her the help that she needs, and we move on with life. Just that simple. Guys, lawyers, anybody who knows the whereabouts of Jocelyn Savage, if you let her come home, because see, it's just like a ransom. If you let her come home, then I can be able to spend time with my daughter, and I can promise you this. You're hearing it right here. I can promise you this. She's not going to have nothing to do with R. Kelly's case. I can promise you that. I just want my daughter to be checked out to make sure she's fine, healthy, and okay. I want to see my daughter. My grandmother want to see her. And I don't want to have nothing to do with it. What I do want is to spend time with my kid. That's what I want. And I can't spend time with my kid because somebody out there that thinks that if she comes home, I'm gonna run to the police like I'm like I'm crazy or something. Let me tell you something. Dude, the only thing I want to see is my daughter. Period. That's it. That's all my wife wants. Spend time with my daughter and have a relationship with her. That's all we've been wanting from the get-go. Remember, guys, and remember this clearly. What I say again, I'm gonna tell you, when we was on the show. Okay. Listen, let me share something with you. Since y'all don't think that you know, I gotta share something with you. Since you thinking that I'm bluffing, I guess let me show you. I'm gonna share a little bit with you, so you can see what's going on. So you can see. I'm gonna play a little bit for you. Let me get out of here. Let me play a little bit for you. Let me go here. Here you go. Listen to this, y'all. You got some dummies on there. Listen to this. They from the damn, they from the damn Oh, let me rewind it back so y'all can hear again. This is just one piece. This is Tone. Hold on, let me explain what this is. This is a video from. This is audio from Tone's mother, and Jocelyn, and they are talking on the phone. Now, I got this audio from Tone's mother. See, these are really the culprits, guys. See, sometimes y'all listen. I got this audio from them in year of 2020 or 2019, I think, somewhere. We have been fighting this fight since December 2016 when Jocelyn, when she was in college. Then we did the BuzzFeed article of July the 17th of 2017. I finally caught up with Tone now, and I wanted to hear some of the audio that they had in their possession. So this is one of the audios that they had in their possession. And I got all of them now, but I'm just gonna share this one with you.
Joy, why you do that? You shouldn't have told him anything.
Friends start texting because they thought something.
I told, hold up, I'm going through the phone keep cutting out.
It's all good.
I'm from my iPhone. If y'all can see that.
Joy, why you do that? You shouldn't have told him anything. I told him that my parents thought that he would, pay the state whatever. And he was like,
I didn't record it, young lady. I'm telling you that somebody else recorded it.
Yeah, but you should have never told him anything. You should have kept that, to yourself. It's like you trying to more and more cover up for him. But at the end of the day, your family is the one gonna be by your side. So what all did you tell him? I just told him that my parents, that, I told him how much we really like each other. And we messed around and they had found out about whatever between us because he's like, I want you to be honest with me and tell me what's going on because you just, I don't know, man. So what do you... It's not like he don't want me to come out there today. Yeah, what did he tell you to do? He told me text him. Text him? Yeah, he told me he can't trust me. He said I have to gain his trust back because he said he really likes me a lot. Mm-hmm. What did you text him? He only text him. I'm going to call him. my parents saying to me, you had something going on. Because he made it seem like I'm going to take both of us if anything goes on or anything like that. But I was just like, he said, he's not saying anything going on. He said, if anything ever goes on with that, that, you know.
Oh, so in other words, he want to have proof. So in other words, he's trying to cover up his ass. That's all he's trying to do, Joy. That's, basically common sense. Yeah. So in reality, you shouldn't have told him anything. At the end of the day, you have your family. And your family is the one going to stick by you. And as you can see, when you told him that your family, your father and them know about it, look what he said. Oh, now I can't trust you. In other words, he's trying to get into your head. Because at the end of the day, he knows he's doing something wrong.
But the thing about it, I never told him about the test, about the herpes thing or STD. That's the main thing. That's the main thing my dad said he was going to sue him about.
Goddamn right.
If he gave me herpes or STD or anything like that.
Yeah, well, you better not tell him nothing about that. He'll never want to see you again.
About the herpes and stuff?
Yeah.
I didn't tell him about that.
And you shouldn't have told him anything, though. That's the thing. Yeah.
Thinking my dad was mad. He was like, after I talked to him and everything, he was like, you better not tell him anything, this and that. Then I got to R. Kelly, don't mention anything about this to me, don't say anything about this, no one. But don't say anything about it to my dad or mom, but you know, if she found out now about what's going on between us.
Stop telling him anything. R. Kelly is trying to cover his behind.
Even if I am, I hope to pray to God, I hope you pray for me. I hope to pray I don't have no herpes and all that. That's the main thing. Like my dad's trying to wait for test results.
Trying to wait for test results.
I'm just saying that he's trying to cover up his behind. I said at the end of the day, I'm just saying R. Kelly trying to cover up his behind.
But because I already told him.
Yeah, I know you already told him.
The only hope I can do, for sure, is let him know, like, hey, I just pray that I don't have no STD or no HIV, no crazy.
No, your move is that don't tell him anything. Stop talking. Plead the fifth or do something. But just stop talking. Yeah, so just stop telling him anything. Anything that got to do with this, just stop telling him. Stop telling him on your father and them, Joy. Just like I keep saying, at the end of the day, you trying to gain R. Kelly trust, but what about your loyalty to your family? Your father. They the one gonna be by your side at the end of the day. R. Kelly don't give a fuck. Because he'll drop you at the dime. Yeah.
I'm really praying to help out here. No STD going on right now, man.
Well, the thing is, if you do get it, you should be pissed off as hell because he gave it to you. And the thing is, he's supposed to let you know. If he had any transmitted disease, and he didn't even let you know.
Yeah,
his behind. What about your behind? You heard me? You know, and yeah, just stop. So when y'all supposed to leave? When y'all supposed to leave to go down there?
In a minute, I gotta take some. Cause I'm cutting.
Okay. Okay, just call me back. All right.
Now, for the people that don't know all this, these are some of the things that we have in our possession. And when we tell you something that are facts, you know, this dude is a monster. This dude don't know how many tapes that Tone them got on him. They have a lot of tapes on this dude, man. And I'm gonna tell you, we didn't take none of it. Me, my wife, that we found out because her friends exposed the tapes to us because they was concerned about her well-being. And that what caused us to fight. When I left that house from Tone's house and I heard one of the tapes like this and other tapes, when I heard the tapes and I knew that this guy had fucking raped my daughter. He had no regular sex. He raped my daughter. And when you rape someone, that's what happens. Those are the tapes. That's the reason why they don't really want Joycelyn to come on. Because I tell you, them tapes are going to come the fuck out. I promise you that. So when y'all understand the business of why we fight so hard for our kid, if you don't understand, then that means that you're not a parent. When a guy has put his hands on your child in the wrong way for her, in a wrong way that she didn't want. If you ain't a parent that don't understand that bull crap, you're not human. I'm gonna tell you, you're not human. So for the people that think me, that's my child, you're stupid to think something like that. You're stupid. Do you not understand what we go through every day since December 2016? You not know what we've gone through when we heard these tapes for the first time? And we did not know what was going on? Do you not know that as a parent? You gonna sit here and blame the parents? Are y'all serious? You know, I can understand some people like Dana J may feel some type of way and may you know, he's a big Rob supporter. I understand that, Dana J. But you really have to ask yourself, the person that you're supporting, is he the man that you think he is? I have no beef with you, but you need to have beef with the man that you supporting. He's no better than Putin. No better than Putin. He's conjuring up all the lies for y'all to go out and fight for him when he's not telling you guys the truth. He's not telling you guys the truth. And the facts is that he raped my daughter. The facts is that he did this to her. Facts. And for you guys to sit there and think that this is cool, if you have a child, or a male or a female child, and if somebody touched your child in an inappropriate way, And for you not to do something, you're a coward. You're a coward. I can't go out and kill somebody. Could, but I'm not. You know, we have to understand that these people need to respect the situation that is at hand and go after the truth or the facts. And the facts is that he molested a lot of people. Now, I can't speak on nobody else's child. I can't speak on the Clarys. I can't speak on the other young lady, whatever her name is. I can't speak on none of them because it's not my right. What I do know is what happened with the Savages. And that's my place of speaking. You know, all that crap y'all talk about Cash Jones and this shit, that has nothing to do with a nigga molesting my kid, bro. Nothing. Not one thing. Matter of fact, I was trying to find out some information. I got the shit on tape here too. Matter of fact. So for you guys to think for 1 minute that ugly bamboo motherfucker you think I would have some type of relationship with that ugly motherfucker, you got another thing coming. Look like the big grape ape that she is. My thing is to try to find out information and try to find out what's going on with my daughter. 100%. And I'm going to tell you this right now. You need to keep focused on the man at hand, and it's R. Kelly. If you want to know the truth, the lawyer is only good as his client. Remember that. A lawyer can't make something happen unless his client is telling the truth. And his client is not telling the truth. His client, R. Kelly, needs to stand up as a man and tell what he's done to these young ladies, and tell what he's done to these kids, and tell what he has done to people in general, period. When he can stand up as a man and tell the truth about what has happened to these young ladies and these young men, then we can move forward. But until then, he's going to remain quiet because only way he could keep you guys in his pocket is to remain quiet. Just as like Pooh. Guys, I've played tapes. Not one time did my daughter say that her daddy did anything to her. And this is from something somebody else was taping. I didn't have nothing to do with this tape. I found this tape, went over to their house, and they had multiple stuff of Joycelyn because they cared about our well-being, and they called me up and they wanted me to know what's going on with my daughter because they know I'm a concerned parent. And I'm going to tell you like this here. If you're not concerned about your kid, then you need to check yourself. Because Savage is concerned about his child. Savage is concerned about the other people, kids that's got diseases or got something from this man. Savage is concerned about Joycelyn 100%. So if you don't know, now you know. Because I'm going to stay on YouTube as long as that girl is not in my presence and talking to me. Y'all want to shut me up? Y'all want to shut me up? I tell you how to shut me up. I tell you real quick. Dana Jade, all you R. Kelly fans, send Joycelyn home. Send her home. Send her home. Go to whoever's holding her. Go to whoever talking to her. Go whoever's paying her rent. Say, send Joycelyn home. And you'll shut the daddy up completely. You would shut him up. But you know the reason why? You're scared that I'm going to say something. I'm going to release some information that will harm his case. That's what it is. FBI had my phone. You scared. I just want my child home, brother. I just want my kid, man. Do you not understand? A father will walk to hell for his child. And I promise you, ain't nothing you Negroes can say that's gonna move me. I'm just like that ship. I'm going to go through the water straight forward until I get my child, until I see her. And the only way y'all going to move me is send my daughter home. And then you'll see me go, I promise you, I've always said, I want to make sure my daughter's healthy and okay. Every time you see me get on a talk show, every time you see me get on a radio show, every time you see me get on a TV show, what are those things I wanted to do? And R. Kelly was scared of that. Because I'm a father that won't give up. I'm a father that won't lay down. I am a father who cares about his kid. And you can't do nothing about it. But I love my child. And you know what somebody said, and I ain't gonna give him the thought of that. He said, how can a man have that much love for his daughter? Are you a fool or what, man? This is my kid. We're not talking about no woman in the street. We're not talking about nobody can take that away from me. That's my only one person can take that away from me. And that's Jesus Christ. No man on this earth can stop me from loving my kid. Period. I love my child, man. And you want to shut me up? I tell you, I told you again how to shut me up. If you want to shut me up, send my child home. Send her home to talk to me. And send her home so she can get some help. So she can get the help that she deserves. Talking about how many people she had sex with and talking about how many people he didn't suck titties or whatever. I don't care about all that, man. A father's love for his child would never stop. A father will go through hell and back just to get his child home. And if you won't do it, well, so be it. But I goddamn, I'm going to do it for my child. Period. And the people who have lied on me, that have lied on my wife, and lied on our family, they're going straight to hell for what they did. You know, God said, if you put your mouth on somebody, the truth shall come out. And the people who have put their mouth on the savages, the truth shall come out. And it did. For whoever it may be. Because you know what? We stand in the pace of going to do what we say we're going to do. We are after one thing, and one thing only, is to bring our child back so we can get her the help that she deserves. Period. And if you don't like that, so be it. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping until that girl reach my hands and I can talk to her and say, baby, I love you. I want to hold you. Baby, me and your mom is here for you. Let's get you the help that you deserve. And you ain't never got to see it on TV. You ain't never got to do a talk show. You ain't got to do nothing. Go get help and live your life as a young lady. Period. Period. Now, guys, by the way, let's go here for a minute. You people think I don't have certain things, so let's go to something you never heard about. Let's go see something here. Let's see. Go. Come on. Let's go. Let me go back some. Let me see. Let me see what this is here. Let me see. I told you I got a lot of recordings. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Let me see. No.
Come closer, John.
Something, man. Anyway, that's gonna be for another time. I got over 300 to 400 recordings on this. Minimum, over at least, I would say about 10 hours. People think I don't have recordings on you. You're a fool. If you release my daughter, you actually will not be able. I will definitely get off this thing, but I need to take care of my daughter. I need to see her. I just want my daughter home. I could care less about Rob shit. I could care less about all that. He got to fight his battles in court. He don't need my daughter. Our family needs our daughter. Period. So, guys, man, I'm not feeling well. I'm running a fever. I wanted to come on here to just let y'all know I'm running a fever of 101 right now. And I will never stop fighting for my daughter. I will breathe my last breath until I see her. For two reasons. One, for my father. And one, for my mother. Period. And we're going to end this thing with, if you're an R. Kelly fan or you're an R. Kelly supporter, I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to understand clearly. I pray for R. Kelly. I pray that he come to know Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ always say the truth shall set you free. I pray that he goes and tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, because that's what's going to set him free. I pray that he has the wisdom to be like Daniel in the lion's den. Have some type of common sense to know that you cannot keep up lying. Whether he's lying or telling the truth on certain things, he's got to come forward and speak and say, hey, this is what I've done to this lady here. This is what they done to me. And this is what person took advantage of me. And this is the person that took advantage of this situation. And he also has to say, this person took money from me. This person did not take money from me. This person stole money from me. This person here. And when you tell those things, have facts that that person took money from you. Have facts that that person stole from you. Have facts. What you mean by facts are receipts. Receipts mean that I've written out a check. I've given you money. I've done everything I could do, and they actually got the monies from him. That's what you have to do, Mr. Kelly, because guess what that's going to do? That's going to help the people, being your lawyers, which your lawyers are enablers, to say they're not going to want that. They're not going to want that. Because guess what's going to happen? It's going to hold them accountable. And that means that they're not representing you right. That means that they can get disbarred. If you didn't know that. But now you know. And some of you people need to know that too. If your lawyer is not representing you right and doing crooked things underneath the table. Now, this is what Shabazz said, that they did a movie or documentary. If they did something in that nature where they're supposed to be able to protect their client at all times, they're not protecting their client because that's what he said. So if that's the case, they need to be disbarred. Somebody need to go to Chicago and find out the truth if they did something. See, I'm trying to help you guys. Reason why I'm trying to help you guys, because I'm trying to get my daughter home. Period. So you need to have the truth to come out at all times. Have the truth to come out. Tell the truth that you molested a child. Tell the truth that you molested a girl. Tell the truth you molested some of the men in your camp. Tell the truth that you molested some of the women in your camp. Tell the truth. Tell the truth who took money from you. Tell the truth what you done paid and bought houses. Tell the truth that what you done open up somebody's restaurant. Tell the truth whatever you done done for somebody. Tell the truth. But anyway, I've been on here too long. I really got to go. But y'all gonna hear enough. Dana J, if you just can do this for me, and I'm not coming at you in a bad way. I'm coming at you like a father. I'm coming at Sabaj like a father. I'm coming at every male figure that support this man like a father. If you have a daughter in this situation, when you want her to come home, if your daughter was in this situation or not, but just say, if you had a daughter in this situation, would you not want her to come home? That's the key here, guys. I want, even Debosky, you know, all you guys that are supporting Robert, wouldn't you want your daughter or son to come home and see you? If you don't, then guess what? You don't have no respect for your kid. If you just throw your child to the wolves and say, I don't care how old they are, it can be 5 or 3 or they can be 28 or 30, no matter how old they are, would you want your child to come home and just talk to you? I don't have a fucking beef with R. Kelly. You're not listening to me. My beef is that my daughter's not home with me. My beef is that I don't know what's going on with my child. And R. Kelly caused this fight. I didn't cause the fight. He caused the fight. I wanted to make sure my child was healthy and okay. That's all I wanted. And all in between, like I said, I was the ship and the ship was going forward and I'm breaking through the waves. And so happen, people are getting in the waves. That's all. So my thing is here again, you know, you guys can say whatever you want to say about me. I can give a flying fuck. I just want to know that my daughter's okay.
She just ain't getting out. I don't know if
I got to go, y'all. I got to go. I'll holler at y'all later. But if y'all want to do right and do right by helping these girls, let them come home to their parents. I have no beef with nobody. I just want my child home, period. But if you get in my way, I'll run straight through you for my kid. I'm telling you, I don't care who you are. If you get in my way, and I'm telling you, I'm going to run straight through you. You just be a casualty of war. I'm telling you, I'm going to see my child, period. That's all. You know, people can lie on you. People can say whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, I just want to see my child, period. I love y'all. God bless. I'm out of here. Peace.